Okay, so we're going to start this session by recognizing the class of 2022 inductees into the ACM-SIGDA, TCFPGA, FPGA, and Reconfigurable Computing Hall of Fame. So just a few words to make sure everybody is on board, remembers what we have with the Hall of Fame. Back on the 20th anniversary of FPGA, we had FPGA 20, where we recognized the most significant papers from the first 20 years of FPGA. Following that, we wanted to have an ongoing way to recognize sort of significant papers that had shaped our field, and open that up to sort of all peer reviewed publications. The result of that is the Hall of Fame. We rolled the FPGA 20 papers into the Hall of Fame, and then have been yearly inducting a new class into the Hall of Fame each year. Our process is that we'll solicit nominations from the community, so everybody can nominate to it, and then we have a panel of experts, 20 researchers, that will review the nominations and select the papers for a given class year. For this class of 22 that we'll be inducting now, Maya Gokhale chaired the committee. Unfortunately, she isn't able to be here with us today, so she's given me the honor of recognizing these papers. So we'll be recognizing 3 papers that are inducted into this class of 2022 Hall of Fame. So with that, we'll start with the first paper. Our first paper that we're adding to the Hall of Fame is Improving FPGA Performance in Area Using Adaptive Logic Modules. This is a paper by Mike Hutton, Jay Schleicher, David Lewis, Bruce Pedersen, Richard John, Sinan Kapitanoglu, Greg Buckler, Boris Rachev, Ketan Padilla, Mark Borgo, Andy Lee, Henry Ken, and Rahul Saini. This appeared in FPL 2004. This is the paper that introduced the adaptive logic module, or generically, as we might call it, fractional LUTs. At this point in time, it's kind of odd to think back that there was a time when there weren't fractional LUTs as the primary computing block for logic, fine-grained logic in FPGAs. We've had these are now the sort of dominant things that show up in both our AMD and Intel FPGAs, but this is the paper that really made the transition and showed, introduced the design and showed that it was a net win over previous designs of pure LUTs. Showed they had minimal area overhead, improved net area utilization and performance. And so at this point, fractional LUTs are something that we live with and we expect in FPGAs. And this is the paper you can go back to and read and see where it was first presented to the public here. So a classic that you'll want to read to understand FPGA architectures. So for that, we recognize Improving FPGA Performance and Area Utilization and an Adaptive Logic Module as an inductee into the class of 22 FPGA and Reconfigurable Computing Hall of Fame. The next paper that we're inducting into the Hall of Fame is FCUDA, Enabling Efficient Compilation of CUDA Kernels onto FPGAs by Alexandros Papakonstantinou, Kathrik Gurigaj, John Stratton, Deming Chan, Jason Kong, and Wenmei Wu. This was presented at the IEEE Symposium on Application-Specific Processors in 2009. This also probably continues our trend of something that today we largely take for granted. We take for granted today that we can compile CUDA or OpenCL into FPGAs, and that's one of the ways that we will program them. This was the first CUDA to FPGA compilation flow end to end. It showed the feasibility of and the benefits of using CUDA programming for high performance computing on FPGAs, achieved impressive performance and energy benefits compared to multi-core execution. It opened up this area that explodes explicit data level parallelism on custom accelerators and FPGAs. And as we've seen, we're now seeing commercial tools that support these things in the form of OpenCL for FPGAs from all of our vendors. It was recognized at the time that this was significant. It got a Best Paper Award at the Application-Specific Processor Symposium in 2009. And the software was released in open source so that people could build on it. That's always a good reminder that these open source things provide larger impact for the technology and ideas. So for that contribution, FCUDA, enabling efficient compilation of CUDA kernels onto FPGAs, is inducted into the FPGA and Reconfigurable Computing Hall of Fame in this 2022 class. And our third paper that we're going to recognize is an efficient and versatile scheduling algorithm based on the SDC formulation by Jason Kong and Jiru Zhang that was presented at DAC 2006. Again, at this point in time, high-level synthesis is making a commercial impact on FPGAs, and high-level synthesis is something we've seen increasing presence for in this community, and we've seen increasing uptake and use for it. But if you go back to 2006, that was still largely a pipe dream or sort of an emerging technology that was just beginning to prove itself out. This paper describes a key pipeline scheduling approach developed for XPilot, the original version that eventually evolved into Vivado HLS, and provided a common optimization framework for incorporating many of the timing and resource constraints that we show. And we've seen that many papers since have built on these techniques. So this is recognized as one of the key milestones in the development of high-level synthesis C to FPGA compilation that we're now seeing used heavily in industry and academia. And so for those contributions, we're an efficient and versatile scheduling algorithm based on SDC formulation is inducted into the FPGA and Reconfigurable Computing Hall of Fame in our class of 2022. One final word before I turn it over. The Hall of Fame continues each year. And so I'd like to encourage you to consider, think about things that you've seen as, really significant papers that have moved the field forward, and nominate those for the class of 2023. Peter Athanas will chair the selection committee for the Hall of Fame class of 2023. For a paper to be eligible, it does need to be published 10 years prior to nomination. But this now accepting kind of any peer-reviewed conference or journal. We're looking for the most significant influential papers that have really shaped the field, and the pretty broad interpretation of what the contribution can be. Can be industry, areas of research, opening problems, solving large log problems, or even communicating ideas to broad experts. At the bottom of the page here, you have the URL, Hall of Fame, hof.tcfpga.org. You can see everything that's in the Hall of Fame. You can see detailed nomination instructions, and you can make your nominations. And with that, I will close up and turn it over to Jason for the keynote.